Hey car fanatics, I'm going to be reviewing the Schwabman Performance Brake Bleeder Kit. This kit allows you to flush your brake fluid all by yourself. It pressurizes your brake fluid reservoir to keep it primed at all times. It also prevents air from getting into your brake system. To use the pressure bleeder correctly, you absolutely have to fill the reservoir with enough brake fluid. You do this by removing the orange cap, and I would use a funnel to pour at least 1 liter of brake fluid in. You could even use up to 1.5 liter. You're then going to connect the system to the brake fluid reservoir by screwing on this cap. Your brake fluid reservoir is located in the front trunk area. You're simply going to remove the cover to expose it. Before you open the cap, make sure you clean the area to prevent any dirt from getting into the brake fluid. With the cap open, pull out the brake fluid filter and clean it out if there's any dirt and debris in it. Next, you can take a turkey baster and remove the old brake fluid from the reservoir. Be careful not to remove too much. You don't want it to drop below the minimum line or you will introduce air into your brake lines. Next, we're going to connect the pressure bleeder adapter to the brake fluid reservoir. Once the pressure bleeder is connected, give it several pumps. You want to get it up to about 10 to 15 psi. This seems to work pretty well. So when flushing your brake fluid, you want to start with the wheel furthest away from the brake master cylinder. In this case, the brake master cylinder is located in the front driver's side of the car, so you want to start by flushing the back right wheel. The 997 brake calipers have 2 bleeder nipples on them. You want to start by bleeding the outer nipples first. Attach your brake fluid catch bottle to the nipple, and then you want to use an 11mm wrench to loosen the nipple. You should then start to see the brake fluid flowing into the catch bottle. For the first brake caliper, since it's the furthest away from the brake master cylinder, you're going to remove more fluid than the rest of the calipers. You want to remove between 300 to 500 milliliters of fluid between the 2 nipples on the caliper. When flushing the fluid, pay attention to the color of the fluid so you can tell when you've gotten all of the old brake fluid out of the system and you are seeing new brake fluid in your brake lines. When you're done flushing the old fluid out, you want to tighten the brake bleeder nipple. Be careful not to over tighten this because it can easily break. You only want to hand tighten this to about 7 pound-feet of torque. When you remove the catch bottle connector, be careful not to let any brake fluid spill on your calipers. This will damage the paint. To finish the caliper, you want to bleed the inner nipple. You're not going to remove nearly as much fluid. You only need to remove about 50 milliliters of fluid, but just pay attention to make sure you don't see any old fluid left. Put your wheel back on, then proceed to the next side. You're going to do the driver's side rear caliper. Now we're going to move on to the passenger side caliper. Make sure you still have enough brake fluid left in your pressure bleeder to complete the front 2 calipers. After you finish the passenger side caliper, you're going to just finish the front driver's side caliper. To finish everything up, start by depressurizing the pressure bleeder. This will allow you to make sure you don't make any mess or mess anything up. Then you can go ahead and just disconnect the quick connect and take off the brake fluid reservoir adapter and then replace it with your filter and brake fluid cap. Alright car fanatics, now we're all done. The first bottle here on the left is the very first catch bottle I used to bleed the fluid. You can see that it's darker than the second catch bottle. The second catch bottle is getting lighter in color because of the new and old brake fluid mixing. And then here with the water bottle, we have just brand new brake fluid, and you can see that that's even lighter. Well, car fanatics, as you can see, the Schwabman Brake Bleeder Kit makes it really simple for you to change out your brake fluid. It also makes it error-free as long as you use it correctly. If you want to try out a very similar product, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can purchase the product. Leave any questions or comments below, and thanks for watching, guys.